everybody? Welcome back to Stinker, Drinker, Thinker. We are three guys. We pour some pours. We make some cocktails. We mix it with soda. We mix it with Mountain Dew. And then we put it in this ranking system that we've developed that might just be as dumb as what we're doing this week on the podcast. Drink it your way. And this week's special guest is Elmer T Lee. I am your host, Anthony Vincent Longano. And I'm joined here by Troy, the body Viglotti, my co-host. Troy, say hello to everyone out there in the world.
Heyo.
And then,
Okay.
there's my biggest friend ever. You're small. You're not like fat, big. You know what I mean?
Fat.
Like, just like big head. There's Matt McKibble. Matt, say hello.
Hi, I think. Hi. Oh, you're still going? For me? Oh, thank you.
Little disclaimer: we're all hocked up on Mountain Dew, and if you guys were if you were hanging out with us on Monday, you'll know why. We talked a little bit about whiskey history, as it's known around here. And today we're going to even dive a little bit deeper into that. We got some cool stuff going on. We're going to do part of this Drink It Your Way week. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about how we like to drink first and foremost. But we got some user-submitted ways that people drink their whiskey, which we got about 4 million submissions, and we narrowed it down to the two most interesting.
And we will say there's no wrong way to drink whiskey. So
Yeah.
we're not going to make fun of you, but we're going to tell you if it sucks or not.
Yeah, like literally no wrong way. So in front of me, we have a bottle of Elmer T Lee. This is a unicorn bottle. Not many people even see this in their lifetime, let alone get to taste it. Me and Matt have told the story on how we acquired this bottle specifically, and I actually acquired a second bottle after that. On this podcast, we've talked about that. Troy and I went to Buffalo Trace Distillery in September, and we saw pallets and pallets and pallets of it. And that's probably the closest that most people will ever get to this bottle.
It's great because it's a $40 bottle, but you can never find it.
$39.99.
Yep.
Buy it on the secondary, it's like $3.99. I will tell you, it's a good pour, but it's not that good of a pour. Yeah. It's not that much better than normal Buffalo Trace. It's better than Blanton's. It's probably a little bit better than Eagle, I'd imagine. Just going through the Buffalo Trace offerings here. I'd probably put it side by side with Eagle Rare. They just make less of it. It's a single barrel offering. It is the original single barrel, and I think on Buffalo Trace Mash Bill 2 episode, I think we talked about that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yep, so same mash bill as Blanton's, aged in a different rick house. Elmer was a party animal. He used to host parties at the Buffalo Trace Distillery, and when he did that, he would bring a barrel up from the rick house, and everyone would drink out of it all night, and people would take home bottles from that, and he would give them, bottles of that. He pitched the idea of single barrels to Buffalo Trace or whoever owned the place at that time, and they were like, no, fuck you, that's crazy. And then they did it, and everywhere you look now, there's single barrels. Now, I like to drink whiskey neat. Never really, until I started spending money on whiskey, did I like to drink whiskey neat. I like it in a Glen, and I like it neat. I don't care how hot it is. I will add some water to some hotter rye maybe sometimes, depending. But the hotter the better for me, and I like it neat. I can drink it over ice. Ice really kind of changes the game, brings out some sweetness. But I'm a neat guy. Matt, what is your preferred way to drink?
If I'm analyzing a whiskey, it's almost always in a Glen or some sort of neat format. But if I'm enjoying whiskey, which is not mutually exclusive, is probably in a rocks glass with a large cube, honestly.
You're a large cube guy.
If I'm sitting there drinking and enjoying and casually relaxing, yes.
And large cube is not necessarily to dilute; it's to make it cold,
Right.
And slower dilution.
Yeah, I would say a Glen for thinking and a rocks glass for drinking.
Yeah, I like that. Should put that on a shirt.
I could.
Troy, I think you're a rocks glass guy normally too, huh?
I don't care. But no ice.
Yeah, no ice. Yeah. If Troy has it in a rocks glass, it usually means it's a Slugger $12 to $20 bottle and no ice.
Yeah.
And he does, you're still respectful of the whiskey, even in a rocks glass meant to slug. It's a small pour.
Yeah.
It's a small. It's like a half ounce to an ounce pour.
It always looks so much smaller than a rocks glass, too.
I don't like the abusive, like doubles that are 6 ounces.
Like that Pappy I got served that one time. That was awesome. Totally would take advantage of that.
I
got an extra 6 ounces for $2.
I understand that the bartender is probably thinking it's in your best interest and they're taking care of you, but it's a bit much. It's like a lot of it's at that point you're fully committed to just getting through a monstrous glass of whiskey. But
So, guys, if you're looking to be overserved, don't go to Connor's Rooftop. Anyway.
True, actually.
oh yeah.
In fact, you want to be. No, I'm just kidding.
So, I mean, you don't really care what the vessel is.
Accurately served.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Like the nicer the whiskey. Don't get me wrong. Like if I'm drinking something serious, I would prefer a Glen for sure.
Was that wasn't always the case? Am I wrong about that, or?
Well, I'll tell you what was not always the case is me liking Glens at all.
Right.
When I first started drinking Glens, I was given single malt scotches in Glens, and this is many years ago, and I didn't prefer drinking out of a Glen for the first handful of years that I knew what they were.
Interesting.
And not to like toot my own horn, but this was years before anybody else I knew who knew what they were.
I mean, it's a new glass.
Do you want to know what a Glen is? You can go to sinkerdrinkthinker.com, hop on our shop, and you can find some merchandise that's branded Sinker Drink Thinker. Glen Cairns.
But I would say, more so in the last couple of years with you guys, especially, I definitely see it now, no doubt.
Yeah. I mean,
we did a glassware episode.
We did.
I was surprised
the PV days.
We did that in the other studio, 2 studios ago.
Yeah.
And I think I earned a more of a respect for the rocks glass that day.
It does well.
Yeah.
It does well. You actually asked me an interesting question on the Monday episode when we were mixing Chattanooga 111 with Mountain Dew. And you're like, guys, smell it. Like, what do you get on the nose? And don't pay too much attention because you can't smell anything. And then I actually could smell something in that glass, but it's because I was able to get air in it and kind of force it out. Yours was kind of still filled to the brim because you didn't drink it, which is totally understandable. Spoiler alert, if you guys didn't listen to that one, it sucked.
Yeah.
Not the episode, the cocktail.
Actually, you're probably about to make a really good point based on why I don't like a ton of volume in a glass.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
of the fact that it doesn't allow for any oxygen for the beverage to breathe.
It's very interesting when you say you earned respect for a rocks glass. Like, neat in a rocks glass, it's not as direct, I think, as what a Glen is.
No.
But you could still, I mean, and comparatively to every other glass that we tried on that episode, it did pretty damn well, and you could still get a lot of the essence and the aromas. But anyway, here's what we're doing today, guys. That's the way we drink stuff. And again, we had a bunch of you submit stuff. I think we picked the 2 most weirdest ones, and it was like a random submission thing that we did.
You can go to sinkerdrinkthinker.com. That local cars guy who yells. And we have things like the Cocktail Doctor. You can submit there. You can send us an email. You can just hang out with us if you want and tell us all the things you want to tell us that you wouldn't tell your own parents. Thank you.
So, and the point of this, we're going to back up 10 minutes here. Elmer T Lee.
Tandy.
By Elmer Tandy Lee.
There you go.
You would think is probably some sort of bourbon or whiskey enthusiast. Like, the dude drank it neat, probably had the best glassware, probably had some human being that followed him around and hand blew each glass for him before he drank, every single time he drank, right? Right out of barrels, barrel proof, uncut, unfiltered. You would think that that's how Elmer T Lee drank.
That's what I would think.
But we're going to cut to a little segment I found on an Instagram reel probably 6 or 7 months ago when I shared this with you guys. And we're going to drink tonight the way that Elmer T Lee drinks. Elmer T Lee was our first guest submission.
Sure, he reached out,
So check out this little clip. If you guys are...
you'll hear it.
Yeah, you guys will hear it too if you're listening. But
Elmer, tell us how you drink, bud.
How did I drink it? Different people have different tastes, of course, but I like a little soda with lime lemon flavor, 7-Up, Sprite, something like that. But I put out a shot of 1 ounce over ice cubes and a little bit of 7-Up or Sprite. That's the way I like it.
So since we're just in the spirit of disrespecting fine whiskey, what do you say, boys?
I want to drink like Elmer drank. That's what I think.
I'm curious
if it's going to be good. Honestly, maybe it's going to be great.
So large cube?
Troy says no. No, he said. I think he said cubes over ice. I think he meant like
cubes,
I
right?
don't think he was using a large cube.
Yeah. Based on that.
Don't think.
Did anyone else get the Bubba Gump shrimp vibe?
No.
Like,
I just got the. I want to meet that. I know I can't, but I just.
He's
wanna
dead.
hang,
Yeah.
I know. I just want to hang out with him, and like he just seems like the most homely. Like I don't know. I just want to. I just want to give that man a hug. I don't know.
he also like looks just like you would expect someone with the name Elmer
Yeah.
to look, you know?
Yep.
But
Two famous Elmers.
rest in peace. Only in 2013. So 10 years ago. I'd be interested to see how much more of this we're going to see on the shelves probably within the next 10 years with Buffalo Trace doubling their output.
Yeah.
Troy and I saw that still. It looked like it's weird. If you guys have ever been to Buffalo Trace, it's literally like a little fucking city. It's like a little community. You walk around the shops and nice people and animals and fucking train tracks. Then you like looked up the hill. It just reminds me of like the colonial days, right? You looked up the hill and there's just like this huge clock tower. Really, it's just a fucking huge, like a huge still, right? And they just started operation on that still finally a couple weeks ago. Like the day it was passed, like they started distilling. But obviously it's going to take 10 years before things happen with it. But I'd be curious to see. I mean, they're doubling their output. So they're saying things like, you know, Blanton's, they would obviously
Fireball.
Extra fireball.
Fireball.
They're still
10
just
times
for
the amount
cinnamon.
of Fireball.
Yeah.
Half the amount of all the other shit.
Fucking bitters, right? And I don't
Other
know.
money.
Sorry.
You know, you just gotta like wonder if you'll start seeing more Elmer. They said that the Pappy line's gonna be doubled. They said that
So that means we will see it
20 years.
in 20
The most popular Pappy is the 10 year. Apparently.
15 year.
Apparently the 10 year is the most
Really?
popular one.
Really? Most popular or bet?
The highly rated one is the 10 year Pappy, apparently. I don't know.
It's 10 year like the
I don't know.
Van Winkle
Yeah.
10?
hmm
Really?
Anyway, this is according to an article released by Buffalo Trace. So
Interesting. I would have thought 15 for sure.
yeah, we speak in absolutes. So here's what I'm going to do.
We should have a disclaimer on this episode.
Yeah, we should have a disclaimer. Disclaimer, everybody. Bring them back from our roots here. We speak in absolutes 100% of the time on this podcast. About 85% of the time we're wrong. But fact check us. You know, we give credit where
You know what we
credit's
do
due.
know is how to drink like Elmer.
We're going to drink like Elmer right now. How fancy do you want me to make this?
Exactly like Elmer would make.
Okay, so I'm going to take a rocks glass. I'm going to throw a couple cubes in it. I'm going to pour a single ounce.
Yep.
And I'm probably just going to free pour it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then pour Sprite on top of it
Yep.
in a lime.
Yep.
Jigger. What's a jigger?
I don't think we need the lime on this one. I think no lime.
No lime. Sprite.
Just exactly as he said.
All right, I'm going to the bar.
Okay. A little bit of whiskey in my life, a little bit of whiskey in my life. A little bit of weed is what I need, a little bit of weed is what I see.
A little bit. How much? How much you put in there? A little bit.
You singing the Mambo?
Hey,
Mambo number 5 right now, dude?
It's like the fucking rockabilly version.
Anita, an Elmer, and Bud, and Bud.
All right, Matt.
Okay. Chris dying. Hold on. Hold on. Troy's in it.
Oh, I just can't believe you did
Go
that.
ahead.
You know, Troy, my favorite thing about Elmer is that he didn't like barrel-proof whiskey. He said
It's almost like he was unfamiliar with the concept.
at the end of the interview, he's like,
He would fucking hate us, dude.
yeah, he's like, I know what you're saying, but why are you saying it? Like,
Yeah.
there's a market for everything, but that's not what you got to dilute that stuff with a lot of water. Why would you want to drink it barrel-proof? That's crazy.
I'm not a
thought.
praying man, but like, I would apologize for this. Like, I would say, like, I would repent. I would go to confession
For what you're doing right now?
for what I'm doing right now, and so much that I'm going to have some of the Elmer the way I drink it.
You should just bring it over here after.
Yeah, well, take a little sip of it.
It's all about how you drink. There's no wrong way to drink Elmer, especially if you're drinking it out of a glass. Still good?
Yeah, it's great.
All right.
It really is. It's just like good Buffalo Trace.
Troy, what's your favorite story about Elmer T Lee that is definitely true?
Troy, do you know any stories about Elmer T Lee?
That are definitely true? You know his favorite color?
No.
Assuming it's green.
You think so?
I don't know. He likes Sprite.
Lemon lime. It's green and yellow.
I'm sorry. So this is the way he would make this home. I got 3 glasses here. I'm just gonna. Should I measure this?
Can you pour an ounce?
No. He doesn't know what a jigger is.
No.
Elmer does not know what a jigger is.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, here's 3 other whiskeys we're gonna disrespect soon. Anyway, all right. So here we go.
1 ounce. Yep. I don't try. Is that an ounce? I can't tell.
That's an ounce. I know how to pour an ounce.
It's an Elmer ounce.
The middle one looks a little shy.
It's a round. It's a. All right.
Oh, it's a different glass.
Yeah, it's the
Oh.
that too.
All right.
I'll leave it on the table. Or you want to put it away?
Yeah. I guess I'll leave it out here.
Top with Sprite.
It's a good sound.
Oh Jesus!
I'll tell you, it already looks better than the Mountain Dew. It's not. Oh well, it's not as neon.
It is
Pissy
more
color.
natural pee than it is.
Yeah. It's like hydrated pee. You know, it's got like this golden hue.
Kind
to
of
it.
honestly looks like a lager.
Like a very thin lager. Yeah. Maybe. All right. Well, I hate to break it to you. I'm gonna drink this.
Yeah, we don't get to try it, huh?
Yeah, you can try it with Sprite.
Thanks.
I'm coming. I always forget how good that is.
Yeah, I have forgotten.
Troy, what is this?
I don't know. It's very pale.
This looks like Seagram's.
Seagram's.
Wait, is
that's
that-
it.
It looks like Seagram's.
Wait a
yeah.
second, we figured it out.
Seagram's 7.
Honestly, this literally reminds. It does. It literally reminds me of what my grandfather used to drink. And I think I've told that story of how I used to steal my grandfather's.
You did. All right, to a sad way to drink Elmer, and there's no wrong way to drink it, but yeah. Well, I can tell you, it tastes more like whiskey than the other one did, than the one on Monday did.
I'm so absolutely fucking infuriated right now. I'm telling you what, guys. I'm sorry. You're drinking all of that.
I actually don't hate this.
I do.
I don't know why I don't hate
absolutely
it.
fucking hate it.
I think I expected worse, which is why I don't hate it.
Try this.
Okay.
Try that unbelievable whiskey.
Okay.
That is a Buffalo Trace hunt worth hunting, in my opinion.
For $40.
For $40, of course. I mean, $60. I think I'd pay I'd absolutely, if I found a bottle of Elmer T Lee in the wild, I'd pay $60 for it. I'd probably pay $100 for it. I wouldn't pay $400 for it. But like, if you're gonna hunt a bottle of Buffalo Trace, fuck E.H. Taylor. The Blanton's is ridiculous. The Blanton's craze is just fucking ridiculous to me. It is. Eagle Rare is a good bottle to have if you can find it for $35.
I'd say Eagle Rare is probably my favorite.
It's a good drinker.
Yeah.
That is an exquisite pour. And that bottle has been open and half gone
It's pretty good.
for 18 months. And that is a good sipper right there. Isn't that delicious?
Yeah, but this Sprite lingering,
I think
and it's not even the Sprite. It's the combination of the two that makes both of them so much worse than they ever would have been. That's what we were talking about with the other
The
one.
Mountain Dew?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's as egregious as the Mountain Dew. I don't know
No,
why.
it's better than the Mountain
worse.
Dew. No,
You think it's worse?
I think it's better than the Mountain Dew.
Troy thinks it's worse than Mountain Dew.
I think it's worse than the Chattanooga and the Mountain Dew. I think this is worse.
Interesting.
And I'll tell you why I think that. And who knows, like, proportions aside, like that could have an influence, like ice and whatnot. But there's like a bite and an offensive finish, and
It's like a bitter, offensive finish. Yeah.
a combination of off flavors, and one does not complement the other. They both do disservices to each other.
It tastes more tinny.
Let me tell you something. All right, now I'm serious.
listening. All right, get into it.
This is serious.
Okay.
I don't drink soda. I haven't really been a soda drinker since I was in high school, but I did drink it, and every now and then, working at a bar, you get a rush, you get your ass kicked for a couple hours, and you're like, shit, wow, that was crazy, and you're behind the bar and you got the soda gun, and you can take a splash of something. Once a month, every now and then, I'll get my ass kicked and I'll pour myself like two fingers of Sprite or something like that. Just because.
Fountain soda's awesome too. It's so refreshing in that moment.
Yeah, I got to do it. I'm not like addicted to it. And that Sprite, oh my God. Sometimes I'll do ginger ale, but most of the time I'll do Sprite. And I'm like, man, it's like a high. It's like
Yeah.
a rush of blood to the fucking head. It's like, man, that is crazy good. This is disgusting. And I fucking love bourbon. I love this bourbon.
Yeah.
But they're both worse off for this when they're combined.
So I'm assuming you're calling this a drinker.
A drinker thinker, of course.
Yeah. I'm with you, man. That soda rush, and like, especially from a gun, like fountain soda is fucking delicious. And like, it's like, I don't drink soda that much anymore either. When I go to a restaurant or something, and it's like a midday thing, and it's like a family thing, and like we go to a restaurant with like, dance people or something like that. My child's dance team, like parents, like, yeah, I'm not going to get a beer. I'm not going to be the first guy to get a beer or something like that.
Yeah.
I'll get like a Coke, like a fountain Coke, and my fucking God, like, it's absolutely out of control. You know what's funny is the second one's not as refreshing because it's like that initial shock that you haven't had, like that syrupy corn syrup, cola flavored corn syrup in so long. Anyway, my biggest issue here is probably that I have this right here. Because like, guys, if you get into this glass, the nose on this whiskey is just everything I fucking love in bourbon specifically, not whiskey, in bourbon. And it's just like, it's that level 5 char Buffalo Trace scent, right? It's that aroma. The oak and the barrel is so prominent here, and it's so inviting, and it makes me want to drink this, right? Then I get here, and, we're talking about scents, right? Matt, give that a whiff before that's gone. Like, okay.
I won't drink. I'll just.
There's absolutely, and I'm with you, Troy. On this one, there's no scent whatsoever. I don't got any nose. I mean, and obviously I'm coming from smelling that glass, right? There's nothing here. And when I get it in there, it's just like, so, I mean, drinking whiskey with soda, flavored soda, pop, as some might refer to it as, I think is, for people who don't like the taste of whiskey, I think that's what we're coming to the conclusion of today, because it doesn't do any favors for the whiskey. It doesn't bring anything forward. It masks all of the things that I like in whiskey, especially this whiskey. I mean, this is the absolute bottom of the barrel, right on top of the Mountain Dew stinker, and it's borderline offensive. And if you drink whiskey with Sprite, more power to you, whatever the fuck you like. I invite you to come on my show.
Our show?
I'm talking to the people. I'm the people's champion. I'm talking to the people. I invite you to come on our show. Sorry. I was doing like a
I know you're doing a thing. I know.
am the star of the fucking show. Let's just put it out there. Anyway, I invite you to come on our show with a trained sommelier, someone who's maybe a little bit blunt, direct, and forceful in his words. And then some guy
40 minutes to Walmart.
And then some guy that will make you question every decision you've ever made. Because he'll ask you, or what if we did this, right? And I would challenge you. I would bet you money that by the time you leave here, you would drink whiskey neat for the rest of time. And I've done it to people. I haven't done it to everybody, but I've done it to people. And if you're open-minded, I'm going to tell you right now that you need to think beyond the Sprite, because this is fucking garbage.
Is this your campaign for whiskey president?
I am whiskey
Are you
president.
officially running for whiskey president?
I am. Vote for me. What do you got? I think it's pretty obvious what you got, but go ahead.
I don't like it.
Of course, he fucking enjoys it. He loves
don't like it.
Wow, I love it.
I mean, it's not good. I don't enjoy it. It is similar to that effect of the Mountain Dew, in which I'm if I was served this at a dive bar, I would drink it very quickly, and then I'd get another one, and then at some point I probably would enjoy it. But it's a stinker to a dive. I don't think it's a dive bar drink. I don't know. It's just a stinker. It's not good. It does. I don't think it's as offensive as the Mountain Dew. I think Mountain Dew was significantly worse.
I think so too.
But I don't like it.
I'm just upset that someone who makes this quality of a product, first and foremost, won't drink it barrel proof. It's 90% or 90 proof, right? Like, he won't drink it barrel proof. I would love to try a barrel proof Elmer. I would love it.
It might exist. I mean,
there's a 25th anniversary bottle that was like
100-year tribute.
Yeah, like $70 million. Elmer, may you rest in peace. You're going to sit here and make 3 people who respect you disrespect your whiskey right now. We have to finish this before we move on.
Okay.
We have to.
Time lapse.
It's
gone. What happened to my whiskey?
What happened to the whiskey?
No, but I do want to drink. is the submissions that are
We're gonna get
loving
there.
fans did because they have to be better than this, right?
Well, so there's a couple things, and I mean, one of them is absolutely outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. The other one it makes a little bit more sense. So maybe, do you want to do the outrageous one? Like, it can't get any
What if
worse
we
than
did
this.
both at the same time, side by side?
Nah.
No? Okay.
Nah.
Do you want to start? I think we
Nope.
start with the lighter of the two.
The lighter of the two. So there's gin and tonics, lime everywhere. That's, G&T. That's like every fist pumping Jersey Shore asshole. Fucking, if they have a Bud Light in their left hand, they have a G&T in their right hand, and they're a headliner on Belmar Boulevard or on some fucking boat.
But have you heard of W&T? Not Wild Turkey. W&T.
Whiskey.
Whiskey and tonic.
Whiskey and tonic. We're going to make a whiskey and tonic
Have you heard of this, Troy?
with lime.
No.
Troy, besides the Pappy Old Fashioned, if someone came into your bar and asked you for a whiskey tonic, would you? That's probably not offensive, right?
No, it's just odd.
What's the oddest thing someone's asked you for with a whiskey, besides golfer Larry from the other day?
Well, since it's not going to sound weird now because this is, Elmer T Lee and Sprite, but we
In comparison.
no, but someone did order a Buffalo Trace. Actually, I think maybe a couple of people have ordered Buffalo Trace and Sprite over the course of the last few months.
I wonder if they are. That's like a poor man's Elmer right there.
Yeah.
You should put that on the menu, Troy. Poor man's Elmer.
Yeah, nothing that weird. No,
That's it. Just Buffalo and Sprite is the weirdest it gets.
for whiskey.
Oh, for whiskey. Okay.
For whiskey specifically,
What's the weirdest thing? Combination of things. I'm talking about mixers here. People drinking it their own way. What is the weirdest way someone has ordered something?
Besides a Pappy Old Fashioned, which is insane.
Ridiculous. And then like be dead serious about it too. Like what an asshole. Anyway.
well, this drink wasn't that weird because in the end it didn't taste that bad, so I won't go there. I
That'll
don't
be
know.
weird, even if it's good. I mean, that's even more credible if it's weird, but it still ends up being good.
So he wanted 2 ounces of vodka, 2 ounces of amaretto.
Ooh.
He wanted me to squeeze the juice from half an orange, and then I don't know, a couple ounces of pineapple juice,
Shaken? It's a Mai Tai.
and then he wanted it in a pint glass topped with Sprite.
What?
In a pint glass?
Pint glass
How much
topped
do
with Sprite.
you charge extra for ridiculous requests, or you just
Oh,
charge
yeah.
them? Okay.
I
We
do
call
what I
that
want.
one the Long Island STD Clinic. That's the name of that cocktail.
The Long Island Sticker Drinker Thinker Clinic?
Oh, the blue motherfucker was
STT.
a little bit. I didn't know what that one was.
The Blue Mofo?
That's the name of the drink?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought like some.
that's a different one.
The Blue Mofo.
Can we back up?
No, the blowjob shot. See, like
Oh
I
my
learned
God.
so much.
That's a
All right,
normal
listen.
thing.
Oh, I'm gonna make another.
Normal.
We're gonna make
That's
the
the thing.
next
I did
drink.
that on my 21st birthday.
Guys,
Oh, wow.
guys, the whole point of this week is people who drink their shit their own way. I need to know about these things. Why don't we make the next one? I'm gonna make the G&T or the W&T.
W&T.
Yeah, I can keep going.
Yeah,
So,
this is kind of what I want to talk about.
right.
But can we back up here for a second?
yeah,
Amaretto
vodka
and orange juice, or
And-
squeezed.
and pineapple.
Time out. I'm
top
just talking
of
about the
Sprite.
amaretto and the orange right now.
Okay.
Like, that is rosette. If you think about it, almonds,
Well,
orange blossom water, right? Like, come on.
yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that the flavors
And then
don't
you got
work.
vodka.
They really
and then
did.
you got pineapple juice. I mean, vodka. If we replace it with gin, it's a Mai Tai with Sprite on top of it.
Yeah. The guy who ordered it was actually pretty cool, and he was.
Did you try it?
Yeah. I mean, I made it. I strawed it. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a drink that he said this too. He was like, I don't know, on an island somewhere in like the Caribbean, and he's like, you could have 2, and you'll be really feeling it. You can have 3, and you'll be drunk, and you won't ever know if you had any more after that.
I'm gonna need you to.
That's my type of resort drink, and I'm telling you what, we're doing that on the podcast.
I'm going to be. I'm going to do this. So I'm actually. We won't get too far. I'm going to a resort here in a couple weeks. I'm going to order that and see what happens.
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be
Text
awesome.
us
Yeah,
after
yeah.
number 3 if
Yeah,
you remember.
I will remember to
And
text
then the next morning we'll see how much of that conversation you remember.
You're gonna be fucked.
Guys, if you have interesting, like the whole point of this week is to like, because these are the blowjob shot, whatever the fuck that is. Like, we'll get into it, but if you have interesting things, drop it in the comment or direct, DM us on Instagram, email it to us. I would love to hear some of these weird things, and maybe like we can do a cocktail doctor episode on
Ooh.
just like
The weird.
scary cocktail Dr. Week.
We're like called the Dr. Files.
The Dr. Files. Yeah, anyway.
All right,
That would be awesome. All right, let me go make the W and T.
All right. All right. What are we doing over there, Anthony?
You know what we didn't decide?
that?
What whiskey we're going to use. I have a couple ideas. We're not using Elmer T Lee for a whiskey and tonic.
I think whatever you want to grab is fine with me.
Okay. Can I give you some options?
I think this is drink it your way. So how would Anthony make this drink?
I mean, honestly, I would go. I pulled this old bar sound out for a reason.
Let's do it.
This stuff's delicious. First and
I
foremost,
absolutely
for
agree.
a fucking 19. What is it, Troy? $19 or something like that.
Is it Willet? Bourbon?
It's a it's a Willet product, and this is actually like a Willet product. It's not a sourced product like the rye.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Oh, it's a fresh crack. Yeah. Shout out to Shelby over at not our editor, but Shelby at we have too many friends named Shelby.
That's true.
Shelby at the Willet Distillery. If you guys are ever down there for a tour, she's the one. She's awesome.
It's gonna have to be Highlander rules. There can only be one eventually.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
What? Oh man, what is that? Is it Kentucky Spirit? No, Kentucky Gold. What's the one that we ended up killing a bottle of playing pool, Troy?
Yeah, that one. It was the gold something or other.
It was so
Kentucky.
fucking...
It was Kentucky Gold, or no? It was pure Kentucky.
Pure Kentucky.
Yeah.
I know the bottle. I can see the bottle in my head.
Same.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they don't sell enough of that product, and she was like trying to hard sell us on it. But she let us do a tasting and told us that was her favorite bottle. And I'll tell you what, we bought a bottle because of the way it tasted and because of the way she presented it to us, and then we proceeded to slug it over 4. Man, that was a.
So
I haven't played pool since.
Yeah.
What we should. So what do we drink? What's our first user submitted or fan submitted?
This is
weird mixer.
This is a whiskey and tonic with lime. Troy, let me ask you a question. Someone ordered a G&T at your bar. How would you make it? I usually, when I make someone a G&T, gin and tonic, I'll squeeze a little bit of lime in the bottom of the glass over the ice, pour the spirit in, and then top it with tonic, and then put the lime on top, too. Do you just put the lime on top?
Very fancy. Yeah, I mean, I don't even like. I don't take the liberty of assuming what people want to do with their gin and tonics. Like, who knows? For all I know, they never put the lime in at all.
Really?
I'm just saying.
So you just put a wedge on top and you don't squeeze it?
No, never.
No, that's not what we're doing today.
My wife drinks it with 3 limes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Specifically 3 limes.
and plenty of people will say extra limes.
Yep.
And at that point, I know that they like lime.
Yep.
But before I hear something like that, I don't know that.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm just going to put 2 ounces of whiskey in it. Top it off with we're using Fever Tree tonic.
Yep.
Squeeze some lime on that bitch.
Yep.
Turn that sumbitch sideways. Suck it straight up. Anyway.
Rudy Poo. Right.
Just a little quick whiskey note here, since we're doing the old bar sound. It's got that Willet funk going on the nose. It's a little thin. I think it's going to be interesting for this drink. There's not a lot of bite to it. That's actually kind of worrisome.
Is it a smooth operator?
It's
Why?
a smooth operator.
That's good. G&T's got a little bit of funk to it. I think you're good.
Okay, that's kind of why I wanted to go with this
Yeah.
because of the funk, right?
Yeah.
Should I just measure, or should we do Long Island style?
I think you're just pouring into a glass. This is how you want to drink it, so I don't think we're pouring here.
Long Island style.
It's a 3-ouncer.
That's yep.
Oh my God.
We're doing Long Island style.
Count. 1,
These are doubles.
2. All right, that was okay.
These
That's
are
4.
doubles.
Troy, what is the actual count for one for?
I don't don't count. I
You don't
use
know counts?
jiggers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Nobody free pours in my fucking bar. Got that?
Nobody what?
free pours.
I just listen. This is I have not. You can obviously tell.
I know.
I have not free poured in years because I can't count.
I think we should do a later on episode. We should do a free pour competition
I will lose.
where we can actually measure it. I think that'd be awesome.
This kind of looks awesome.
Is that one whole can there? That's interesting.
Yeah, these are 1 drink Charlies, man. I dig them. They're the perfect size.
Interesting.
Fever Tree knows what up. No, I can't even talk because I'm slugging whiskey. Fever Tree knows what's up.
Fever Tree knows what is up.
What's up?
Because
What is up,
I'm
Fever
free.
Fever Tree.
Free pouring. Anyway.
All right. Get some lime on there.
I've got high hopes for these.
I think this is going to be good. I'm like actually excited about this one. Put a lot of that in there. Yeah.
It wasn't Fever Tree though.
What?
If it wasn't Fever Tree.
That's why I got that.
You're not a Fever Tree fan?
No. I'm saying if it wasn't Fever Tree, like if it was just tonic from the gun.
I would say,
Yeah.
Mark did not specify which gin tea or which tonic to use.
Who submitted this one?
Mark.
Yeah.
So we just picked our favorite, which is Fever Tree.
Mark Zelenak. from Jersey.
You're
Troy.
kidding me.
Yeah,
No.
he submitted this.
No,
No, it's
I was gonna say it doesn't feel right. Just doesn't feel right.
Mark does not drink
yeah,
whiskey
Mark
with tonic.
drinks fucking tonic
Yeah.
all of a sudden. Yeah. Turkey and tonic. T&T,
Yeah.
baby.
Dude, we should have done it with turkey.
Yeah, we should have.
We're gonna do a turkey and tonic. Not
Not now,
not
but
today,
at
not
TNT.
anytime,
If you don't-
anywhere soon.
If you don't call it a TNT, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, that's kind of amazing.
Dynamite. All right, we're coming back over.
Old Bardstown.
Hey, old Bardstown. I almost have high hopes for this.
I think it's gonna be delicious. I mean, if you guys want to at least,
I think I'm going to do the cocktail first.
yeah.
Smell wise, it actually smells like something. I mean, it's mostly lime, but let's give it a try. I mean,
That's fucking acceptable.
it's fine. I don't love it.
I'm drinking out of the
It's a-
straw on purpose because I was trying to like avoid the lime float
Yeah.
type of thing. But it is very limey. I also think the Willet Funk is dominant, which I can actually taste the whiskey. I think this is the first thing we've drank all week where I can taste the whiskey. That makes me happy.
This is much more of a golf course drink, I think.
As someone who golfs
Well, like sorry,
a lot.
golf club drink.
A clubhouse drink.
Clubhouse drink, yes.
I'm telling you, at the
Sorry, I
clubhouse,
don't know
they're
that
not.
Golf
they're-
house.
I'm
the
not
only
one of
thing
them
they're-
big golfers.
Yeah, I'll tell you at the clubhouse, the only thing they're putting tonic water in is Grey Goose, but
Ew.
they'll make 7 and 7s with Old Bardstown, Seagram's and 7-Up, but with Bardstown and Sprite, ginger ale.
This is like two fairly naturally made beverages. You know, the whiskey and then the tonic. Like, it's not like simulated sweetness or, you know, artificially made whiskey. It's like real shit.
Yeah.
This is a question.
Mhm.
What is tonic?
It is a carbonated beverage made from quinine. Quinine coming from Cinchona.
Yep. Okay.
Interesting. It does have that band-aidy taste. Not in a bad way, but it has that like
I knew that, but I'm asking what, like, how do they just let, like, so I mean, obviously I make liqueurs and I abstract flavors from things and roots and herbs and barks and shit like that. How would you go about doing that with tonic water, which is a non-alcoholic beverage? You know, obviously, yeah, bubbles. You can add bubbles to anything, but like, what is the extraction process of something like, you don't know?
I do not know. No.
I've been interested in that. I kind of wonder if it's some sort of like tempered or heated water type of thing. You know, like
that
like they sous vide the fucking. I don't know. It's
I don't know.
I've thought about that.
I guarantee it's that Drunken Botanist book that I have would go into detail about this sort
My
of thing.
mom bought me a book like that too. It's not actually. It's over here. Anyway, story for a different day. I guarantee. Yeah, I bet we could find something like that. Here's what I like about this. First of all, I'll go out and say, it did not make the whiskey better, right? And if you taste the whiskey, I mean, the whiskey's pretty smooth, right? Tons of the barrel. That's what it, and that's, you know, as we learned from the last drink, that's what I like on the nose, right? All it does, I don't even feel like it proofed it down, which I actually really like about it. It doesn't really mask anything at all. It just makes it bubbly, which I know Troy is not a fan of, so I kind of find it interesting. I think the lime might be a little bit too much. So going to your point, maybe putting a lime on the side or not squeezing the lime and just putting it in the drink and then letting people do what they want to do with it. That's interesting because, I mean, it tastes like a charred oak Sprite with no flavor. It's charred oak seltzer. Like if LaCroix made a bourbon flavored seltzer, that's what it tastes like.
So I've been thinking this the entire time. If I were to ever succumb to drinking, you know, a bubbly, like an alcoholic seltzer, a seltzy, this would be it. It would be whiskey based with tonic.
This is
You put this in a can in a one of those long, thin fucking Truly cans,
The Pounders.
and I would drink it.
I mean, I'm gonna drink all of this. This is absolutely delicious, and I might actually, at some point or another, drink another one of these in my life.
Yeah, I wouldn't hesitate. I think of the things we've tried,
It doesn't disrespect the whiskey.
it's not that bad.
I'm a whiskey connoisseur. Like I want to taste the whiskey. I'm not trying to maybe it's more of like a point I'm trying to prove right now. Right? Like to the people, I don't know. Not to any person in particular. Like it's drink it your way week, guys. You can drink it any which way you like. This does not hide what I like in whiskey. Anything else I've tasted does. You know?
Yeah, I wouldn't say this is not my preferred way, but I can respect why someone would like this.
Did we discuss what your preferred way was with mixing?
Yeah. Oh, with mixing.
Yeah, like if you're gonna have a mixer, what was your preferred way?
Ooh.
Because I don't think we've discussed that yet.
I don't
We
think
have
we
not.
have. Not mixing. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't mix. I don't drink a lot of soda, first of all.
Yeah.
But I have drinking too many Jack and Cokes in my day.
Everyone here.
Not that I particularly like Coke, and I like Jack.
All three of us could start a Jack and Coke
It's
AA.
just I think the best version of that drink.
I was never a big Coke person,
Yeah.
and then, but I've consumed enough Jack and Cokes for a person's Coca-Cola consumption lifetime.
I'm pretty much going Jack and Coke, or I'm going like Irish and ginger. Like that's pretty much where I draw a line with mixers and whiskey in general.
pretty much the same. I graduated from Jack and Coke to Jameson and gingers, and like I was never a big Coke or ginger ale drinker on their own. But nowadays, the thing is, like, if I'm going to be drinking something refreshing with a good amount of soda or sparkling water or juice or something, it's not generally going to be whiskey. Like, I would much sooner mix gin or tequila, or even mezcal or I don't know. Obviously, never vodka, rum.
I'm sorry, I missed that. With soda or with
with
something carbonated?
Yeah, something. Yeah,
Yep.
whatever it may be. And I don't do it very often because I'm a whiskey drinker.
Yeah.
And I drink my whiskey neat.
I think what we're learning is there's a difference there. Like if you classify yourself as a whiskey drinker or even someone who actually appreciates and enjoys spirits, I don't really think there's going to be a mixer for you. You either like cocktails or you like to drink.
Especially when you've been doing it as long as we have. And you just graduate.
And that, sure, you do. I think everyone does.
Yeah.
My preferred way is if I'm going to not make a cocktail, I'm just going to make a mix, like a whiskey. I'm just going to call it a misky, a whiskey mixer. I mean, it's a mule. It's a Kentucky mule,
Sure.
or an Irish mule, like
Ginger beer.
It's ginger beer, and like what is it? It's Bundaberg. I like the Fever Tree stuff a bunch, but the Bundaberg they make like a seasonal Christmas one. It's like a Christmas spiced ginger beer, and I'll buy cases of it and I'll keep it for like it'll last me like, and even Troy, I think even you like the spiced one.
So much so that I was inspired to make a gingerbread syrup because of that.
Yeah.
And make a cocktail
Yeah.
with it to take the place of that. Like, because I probably wasn't going to be able to find that exact ginger beer.
Sure.
Especially because we're
It's hard,
in February now. And
Right, it's gone now.
Yeah.
I think they sell it from like October to December, and then it's gone. But it's like an Oktoberfest or the pumpkin spice beers, right?
The PSL version.
Yeah, right, exactly. So for me, it's again kind of like what I was telling you before with this: squeeze a little lime in the bottom of a glass, put the whiskey in. It's either bourbon or it's Jameson, and then it's ginger beer, and then like. When my father-in-law's here, like how many times have you, me, and him sat down and slugged like 12 of those things where we're bullshitting? He tells the same stories 500 times. I love my father-in-law for that. Like I don't know. This could be added to the palate.
It's I think it's fine.
It's fine. I'm gonna call it a drinker. It's not anything to write home about.
No.
I mean,
I like that it's not as sweet though.
it's not sweet at all. You
Right.
taste
Like,
the spirit.
It is significantly better than both the Mountain Dew and the Sprite.
Yeah.
Like significantly better. And I think maybe it's because we're using high quality tonic,
That's going to make all the difference in the world.
yeah, but I just
What does the flavor of tonic have to? Because I mean, I'm not really. I don't know if I'm getting it or not.
I think
Really?
yeah, I mean, I don't know the Fever Tree specific what they do with it. I don't know if it's different than whatever, but
It's probably a little bit better or better. Sorry, it's probably a little bit bitter knowing what it's made from.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's a bittering agent. But anyway, if you guys thought that this was good, I'm sorry to.
Oh no, it's gonna get better from here.
No, no.
I don't know if Troy knows what's happening.
Nope, it's gonna be bad.
It's gonna be great. I'm so excited.
The next mixer that was submitted by who submitted this one?
I think it was Eric. I think it was Eric.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking Eric would drink it this way.
Dude, it's his favorite.
His favorite?
I had lunch. I had lunch with Eric today, and he brought lunch from home, and then like he ate it, but then he went to the cafeteria and got like these 3 tacos, and you could tell immediately that he regretted it. And we were talking about how you ate the brisket today at work, and then we were literally talking like the whole table was talking about how Matt ate the brisket and how Matt felt like shit because he ate the brisket. And then Eric was like, "Yeah, I would never do that to myself." And then Eric went and got 3 fucking tacos and had diarrhea within an hour.
All right. What about diarrhea?
Diarrhea. It's poop. Everyone poops, right? Troy, did you poop today? Anyway, so the next submission from Eric is orange juice in whiskey. Orange juice in whiskey. Now, typically, when I hear of some sort of juice and some sort of brown spirit, or basically any spirit, I think about shaking it and adding some things. We're not doing that.
Nope.
We're going to put it in a fucking highball.
Ice, baby.
We're going to put some ice in it. I'm going to put some whiskey in it. And we're going to put some orange juice on it. And then maybe we'll garnish it with an orange.
A blood, one of those dehydrated blood oranges?
Dehydrated blood oranges.
Just because we can. All right.
What do you think, buddy, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Have you ever drank whiskey and orange?
No. That's why I'd like the Collins glass to not be filled to the brim.
Yeah. We're going to fill it to the brim. Here we go.
Okay. All right, Anthony. Orange juice and whiskey.
What whiskey are we
Elmer
gonna
T Lee.
use? No, we're not using Elmer T Lee.
Blanton's.
Fresh squeezed orange juice?
No. No, we're using the ocean spray or whatever.
It's simply
Ocean spray.
the best. All right, so simply, and then we're gonna do what, an ounce or ounce and a half of whiskey?
Yeah, I'm going to just pour until the glass is full and then top it with orange juice.
Perfect.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what whiskey are we using?
I think we should do the hammer. We should
I mean,
load-
listen, I have a ton of whiskey here. I brought the Hugh Hammer out. It's hammer time.
Huge hammer.
This is
Huge hammer.
straight bourbon whiskey. It's double oaked.
Sure.
It's 103.
I usually barrel my orange juice.
It's a store pick. There's only 246 bottles of this.
That
Really?
must mean
It's
it's
a
good.
store pick?
It's a local group store pick, right?
I mean, it's probably I mean, Indiana. Where is this? Yeah, Indianapolis is where Hugh Hammer is.
Yep.
Pour
Pour it up.
What do you? All right, Troy. What do you think? If you were gonna make a whiskey orange, Troy,
I know.
what would you do here?
I'd pour an ounce and
An ounce.
an ounce and a half.
I do an ounce. Yeah, I would do an ounce. If I was a
No
bar
one's asking
professional-
you though, man.
If I was a bar professional, I would do an ounce and a half and top with OJ. Because one Oze and some OJ.
It's hammer time.
Can you make that a drink? One Oze? OZ?
It's got a nice color to it. Honestly, look at it.
I mean,
What,
like-
whiskey?
it's double oak.
The whiskey's got a nice
Wait till
color.
you add the orange juice. You can still
Oh yeah,
say that.
it's gonna look great once I add the orange juice, right? And Matt, they're the same amount. I'm literally measuring it. It's just like the ice makes
know,
it
I
look
was just
differently.
giving you a hard
I
So
honestly don't think I've ever had orange juice with whiskey.
either way,
Well, thank you, Eric, for submitting this because otherwise we would never have tried it.
Mr. Bothwell, appreciate you.
That's not okay.
All right, so this was my consolation prize for not getting the Four Roses limited edition 21. So I'm happy to spoil this with orange juice, but I will tell you that I was pleasantly surprised the first time I tried this, and I think the body was too.
I liked it.
It's actually a really good whiskey, so obviously you guys will try it. Yeah. Pretty darn good.
I mean, just pour it up to about the ice, maybe? Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
We're gonna give
looks
it a stir, I think.
No.
Yeah.
No, it looks, it's floating. Look at a little float.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna give it a stir.
No, it's good. No, it's perfect.
No, we're gonna give it a stir. Yeah, and then
The old finger stir.
Oh, please, no.
Lick the finger.
You're doing it too fancy right now.
check this out.
All
Check
right.
this out.
Oh my.
We'll give it a garnish stir.
Perfect.
You want to talk about I honestly feel like if we're going to top anything with seltzer or tonic, we should top this.
Nope.
Just saying. This would be a good morning beverage.
Could
with
be.
a hammer. You want to talk about hammer time? You had a rough night? Here you go.
You got a hammer in the morning.
Oh, wow.
All right, moving on. You wake up.
We're not drunk. You're drunk.
Do you wake up in the morning with a huge? Sorry.
Huge.
Do you wake up in the morning with a huge hammer?
You know what?
Let
Fuck
me
it.
tell you, mix it with orange juice. It'll taste like this.
We're working at a bar here, right? Fuck it. Here.
Are you? Do you double garnish? Oh my
No, I'm not gonna double garnish.
Oh, you're just
Just give it a little love.
you're schwitzing over there.
Just give it some love.
Schwitzing. I don't know, Troy.
Really, just want to accent the orange. All right, you ready?
Yep. Bring it on over.
Who's going first? I'm certainly.
I'm
not
going
drinking
to
this.
drink this for sure. It looks so refreshing.
But I'm going first.
You are?
Yeah.
All right, Troy. I'm gonna smell it though. Face.
Did you just wolf at it?
Oh,
Like it's a
mama.
lot lizard? Did you just wolf at it? Was my dehydrated peel not good enough for you?
That's very bad.
Hey, I'm not drinking it.
Anthony, you should drink it.
No. I'm not, it's fine.
I know this is the week of drink it your way, but
Whoever drinks it this way, Eric, you suck.
that's fine. Drink it your way.
It needs twice the amount of orange juice.
No.
Yes.
It can't be that bad. I poured like
Twice.
fucking 6 ounces of juice in here.
Twice. 2 times.
It's not the worst thing I've had today. I did eat brisket.
Are you okay?
I think it's a double oak really gotcha.
These are not matches made in heaven.
That is fucking appalling.
Drink it your way. Taking 3 sips so far.
Are you fucking serious? This needs like sugar, right? Sugar?
More orange juice.
You know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna put some Sprite on it.
No.
I'm putting Sprite on it.
No. Ugh.
I'm drinking it my way, Matt.
You're right. Sorry, Anthony. Drink it
yeah.
your way.
It's like a mimosa, you know?
Some
A double oaked mimosa. All right, listen. The Sprite is here.
Save the day. Sprite is here to save the day.
I really gave that.
the 007 cocktail.
We're back to it. Okay.
1 part orange vodka.
Hey, we're almost there. Okay.
1 part orange juice. And 1 part 7-Up.
Oh my God, we're almost. This is the whiskey 007.
Yes, it is.
Guys, I'm telling you, this might make the drink.
What are we doing?
We'll call this the
Drink it your way.
0017.
The 00 whiskey. The 00 double. The WOW.
That certainly made it better. It's still very bad.
That's not good. It is the 00W.
Yep.
Oh.
No, you have to drink the whole thing.
No. There's no fucking Elmer T Lee in this one. I'll drink the whiskey. You guys want to pour? This is
No.
bad.
All right.
The whiskey?
I mean, yeah. Like, shouldn't we drink it our way? Just drink it your way.
You know what? Let's drink it our way.
You guys want some Glens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we pour this, we should real quick rank
Yeah.
the other
The
two.
last two. Yeah.
So, for the
We'll rank while we pour.
W&T. Yeah, pour it up. W&T, which is the whiskey and tonic. Splash a little bit of lime. I am going stinker drinker. Troy.
I'm gonna go drinker because really you thought it was a stinker?
It wouldn't be my preferred way to drink it now.
Not your preferred way to drink it, but is it good?
I would drink. Yeah, it's a stinker drinker. Like I would. I'm not going to drink that again. But I could drink it if you give it to me.
It's a situationally, if I don't know, I was gonna say, like, usually it would be an instance where, like, you know, if there were none of this and there was only this, if you had to drink whiskey neat, but in this case, it's like if you're not allowed to drink whiskey neat, and I had to mix it with something that was a soda or a bubbly something or other, I would definitely choose tonic, and specifically Fever Tree tonic,
Sure.
over some artificially made soda or sparkling beverage.
I'd still prefer Coke. I mean, like Jack
Really?
and Coke. Jack and
Really?
Coke. Or honestly, I think, and we're not obviously
Whiskey
we're
and
not gonna
Coke
go
in
into-
general?
or ginger. Yeah.
Okay.
I think ginger ale would be if I'm
I
going to do
absolutely
this.
prefer ginger.
I think
Yeah.
ginger beer or ginger ale would have trumped any of these.
over the if we're doing WTs versus 7 and 7s or
W and
whiskey
Gs?
gingers
WGs or WTs.
tonic.
I
Whiskey
just like
tonic versus
the lack
ginger.
of sweetness. I really respect that about.
Well,
you know.
that's what I mean.
Well, I think the
it was
ginger
like
gives you that.
it was like so barrel forward with the tonic. Like I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
It's almost like I was drinking a carbonated bourbon.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
you know,
or like a whiskey highball was kind of what I was thinking.
Kind of.
that's exact. I mean,
know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What
So,
would you
like-
rank it though?
Well, I mean, with
I would rank it a drinker.
Anthony?
I'm going to give it a drinker too. And the difference between a whiskey highball is there is sugar added to a whiskey highball.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right. So like this is just whiskey in its natural form with carbonated bitter.
It could be a good
Like-
cocktail, but I think as is, it's not mine.
Yeah. I'm going to call it a drinker. I would definitely drink it again. I probably would never order it.
Same. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
out of and maybe this is a comparative thing considering all the absolute fucking hot garbage we have drank tonight. That was the best. Besides this right here.
Okay. And
Move
then
on. Move
orange?
on. Do we even have to fucking discuss this? I almost literally vomited on the floor. That was the most appalling drink I've ever drank.
It's a stinker. The Sprite.
I would rather drink peanut butter whiskey made like out of someone's backyard.
Shoe. Yeah.
The unshaken oaky orange, like citrus juice.
It has to be shaken, right?
Yeah, but even still.
All right, Troy.
Like,
Troy, let me ask you a question. So obviously Eric's admitted this, and he's like whiskey and orange juice. Okay. Like if someone said, "Hey Troy, I like whiskey and orange juice. I want you to prepare it for me in a way that would be acceptable." How would you have prepared it besides like an ounce and a half of whiskey and then top it with orange juice over ice?
I'd make a blood and sand.
Exactly. You'd make a fucking cocktail. But anyway,
a classic cocktail. No,
there's gotta be sugar added in here. I feel like. I mean, we topped it with Sprite and it was still bad.
no. Well, I mean, there's sugar in the orange juice. I just think the proportions were off, or the whiskey was off. Because an ounce and a half of this whiskey, like a double oaked whiskey,
Yeah, I mean, I tried to
over 100 proof.
Yeah.
it's a fucking pack and a punch right in your gut.
Well, my bad. I did ask. Like,
No.
Yeah.
It's not your fault, but like, I especially bourbon. I don't think bourbon and orange juice
What whiskey would you
with
choose?
ice play well together.
What whiskey would you choose?
Single malt, baby.
No.
Chocolate and orange. Yeah.
I'm
Something
not even asking
thin.
for like a
Seagram's.
brand, like something thin.
Seagram's.
When you say thin, like 80, 90 proof, like Basil Hayden's in orange juice, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I wouldn't choose bourbon though. That would not be my first choice.
Eric, I'd be curious to see what you're drinking this with. I guarantee you it's Basil Hayden's or something from the Jim Beam Distillery. Anyway,
You know how I like to drink my whiskey, Anthony?
stinker.
Stinker.
This is how I like to drink whiskey, guys. And cheers to you on
Yeah.
this Drink It Your Way week. I cannot believe that this is how we're going to close out
I'm happy.
the Wednesday podcast with Huge Hammer, the guy who stole my 2021 limited edition Four Roses small batch.
Cheers.
So
I don't understand that story.
For another time.
Okay.
we've actually told that story 4 or 5 times on this podcast, so just listen back.
Listen to every episode.
Whether you're Troy the Body of Viglotti or a new
We appreciate every listen, every
back.
view, every comment, every submission, every email.
Double Oaked
appreciate
whiskey
you.
is
It's good. All right.
cool. So coming up on Friday, exclusive YouTube only episode here. Matt Blind did us with this cardboard box he made with a bunch of whiskey and soda, and me and Troy, after a day of filming cocktail episodes, might have had a little bit of a buzz. Might have drank a whole bottle of batch made old fashions.
Eat an entire box of pasta.
It was gluten free.
Okay.
It wasn't a ton of vegetables. It's a veggie gluten free pasta with like balsamic. It was great. Anyway, that's coming up on Friday exclusively on the YouTube channel. If you're watching that right now, hit that subscribe button. We'll send you a notification. Really be curious to see if any of these things are things that you do on a daily basis when you drink. I hope to God not, but like put it in the comments if you do. DM us if you're just listening along. I think we're probably gonna have video on Spotify pretty soon too. I don't really know how the comment section works on there, but if you're a listener and if you're doing Spotify, keep checking. There's some video there, but if you have any feedback or anything, we are an open book and we like it. So next week, what do we got going on next week? I think we got a pretty cool thing coming up next week that is going to be a regular thing somewhat.
Upping your cocktail technique or bar technique, if you want to call it. Your game.
The vision I've always had is elevating your home bar.
Sure, that works too.
And I think any cocktail doctor episode or any drink that me and Troy have made on here where we've gone into detail, any guests that we've had on here, like Adam, like a home bartender who knows what the fuck he's doing type of thing, right? Like that the whole focus behind this podcast is not only for us to drink and tell you about things, but also maybe help you at home, elevate your home technique. And obviously we have an actual professional bartender here and someone who likes liquor enough to invest a lot of time and money in it here. Then we have someone who doesn't drink and he just lets all of his friends do it for him.
Yep.
But so selfish.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think we have a really cool thing about batching cocktails coming out next week. We're also going to talk about certain home techniques as far as stirring and shaking and just building cocktails from a codex perspective. I think that's all going to be fun. So, yeah, we really appreciate you guys. Definitely keep doing what you're doing. Like, subscribe, share, comment. We love feedback. Troy, I need a big one. Whoa.
Coming
Time
at
out.
ya.
Nuh-uh. That was like too quick. Should we do a group one? We haven't done a group one in a while.
That was not satisfactory?
No, it wasn't. It was quick. It was too quick. You almost fell out of your chair. It was satisfactory
I really
as far as
liked it.
volume and projection.
That was mine. For
3
tonight.
all together. 2,
Okay.
1. Yodeling. Yodeling.
Did you not like my...
Not a huge fan.
Not a fan.